12 lives have been lost here in Louisiana due to the flood, and although victims have lost almost everything, many say that they are blessed and thankful for the items donated. Muchos estudiantes tienen la oportunidad para aprender nuevas culturas y lenguas. In other words, many students have the opportunity to learn about different cultures and even new languages. While Faulkner is thankful for the outpouring support, she just wants Leela to return home safely. Just like the Chop series, each team only has 45 minutes to come up with their entree. And with only 1 minute left, the main goal is to get everything on the plate or else they're chopped. The animal shelter has been under construction since the 1st of February, but due to a 2-month rain delay, it's not expected to open up until the beginning of August. Hello and welcome to Troy Trojan Vision News for August 29th, 2016. I'm Rachael Wilkerson. The partnership between Troy University and the Alabama World Affairs Council is bringing a well-known speaker to start their programs on the Montgomery campus. 141 passengers from Scotland to New Jersey on Saturday. CBS Jonathan Vigliotti reports from London. Mobile journalism is an elective course and is taught by Robin Taylor. Well, Samantha, a few dragons were spotted in the Alabama River in Montgomery this weekend.
That's right. It's been a hot and humid day today, and fingers crossed that we get some relief.
That's right, Samantha. I'm hoping we can see things cool down later this week. What's tomorrow looking like, Sarah? A Troy University fraternity wanted to shed light on domestic violence issues and how they can relate to college students in a forum last night. Brianna McMillan has the story.
We're just trying to get you guys some more help, okay?
In August, prolonged rainfall in Louisiana caused catastrophic flooding, submerging thousands of homes and businesses, and victims are still in need of water and other supplies. The local Christian Love Center partnered with Troy University Athletics to gather necessities, and Thursday, members of the CLC headed to Denham Springs, Louisiana to personally hand out some of the items collected and to hear victim stories.
Just one day at a time. And the church across the street, they've had a lot of volunteers, but it's a lot of people coming together. It really is. Regardless of the tragedy, everybody's making the best of it, keeping a smile.
12 lives have been lost here in Louisiana due to the flood, and although victims have lost almost everything, many say that they are blessed and will continue to rebuild.
As soon as the flood happened, everybody jumped right back into it. Everybody's doing the same thing together. We don't worry about race, we don't worry about blue, we don't worry about none of that. We just we put it back together, we all come together, and it's kind of humbled us a lot.
And then our house flooded, so we stayed on all the mattresses that night. Thank God it didn't flood too high to the box springs. And then in the morning, our neighbors came and got us in a boat.
One victim says the community has set personal differences aside to join together and bounce back from the recent tragedy.
We can put everything aside of whatever your stature is, whatever your beginning education, what you do for a living, it don't matter. You know, we all doing what we got to do to get back, and it's tough, but it's what we do.
The remainder of the items collected will arrive in Baton Rouge on Tuesday. Reporting in Louisiana, Rachael Wilkerson, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
You're welcome.
For Susan Faulkner, life since July 4th hasn't been the same.
Very upset.
Family and supporters are searching for her daughter, 29-year-old Leela Faulkner. 2 days before her disappearance, she had just moved back in with her parents due to a breakup with her boyfriend.
All of her friends have been very helpful. They've come and helped pass out flyers.
Faulkner says phone calls to Leela have not been returned. There has also been no activity on her daughter's financial accounts.
When we got that back, we was devastated because we was hoping that we would have a lead from that.
And the person that's concerned the most, Leela's 8-year-old daughter.
She's very adamant that her mom's coming home, and she's staying positive about it.
Since her disappearance, friends have created a Facebook page to show support. Many have also helped in search efforts.
They've come out and we've searched all the woods in our area and up under the bridges in our area, and we haven't found anything.
While Faulkner is thankful for the outpouring support, she just wants Leela to return home safely.
If anybody hears anything, sees her, if you think you see her, don't just call us. Go up to her and speak to her and make sure it's her.
Pike County authorities say that they are exhausting all options. In Troy, Rachael Wilkerson. It's something no one wants to see at their business. vandalism. But it's exactly what the owners of the Smoke and Skillet Cafe dealt with just a day before their grand reopening.
We had a swastika painted on the front door, and there were a couple of nooses hanging from the door and a target hanging from the door.
Now she and co-owner Andrew Clark, who declined to talk on camera, want answers.
It's, you know, technically a black-owned business, you know. My co-owner and myself were in the business together, and he's a black gentleman, you know, and that might have quite a bit to do with it.
And it's not the first time they have experienced something out of the ordinary. Just recently, their septic tank was tampered with.
I noticed somebody had been tampering with that and had messed with it, which what they did would have eventually, you know, burned it up.
The business was granted a liquor license in September, just 2 months after being denied by the county commission and after a local church raised concerns about the restaurant selling alcohol.
We were very optimistic at first, but the community's just not been very welcoming to us.
Corbin says it's something she hopes not to see again.
You wouldn't think of something not that happening nowadays, but you just never know.
Troy University created their own version of the television network series Chopped to provide a fun way for students to be involved with the dining hall. 4 teams compete to become the Chopped University winner. Tuesday, 1 team was eliminated, leaving 3 teams battling it out for 45 minutes in the entree round.
They'll have a box where we give them ingredients, and they have to make their own entree. And we have things that you would find in your dorm that you can make a meal out of.
And the secret ingredients in each box consisted of chicken breast, Rice Krispie treats, ramen noodles, and grapefruit.
Along with those 4 items, they can create anything their mind can come up with. Their pantry will be the entire dining hall, so they can go to any of these stations and grab extra items from that to build their dishes.
Just like the Chopped series, each team only has 45 minutes to come up with their entree. And with only 1 minute left, the main goal is to get everything on the plate, or else they're chopped.
And we're looking at how the food tastes and then how it's plated. So is your plate clean, or is it all they're on top of each other? And so that's kind of what we're looking at when we're judging the plates.
The mission was to give students an opportunity to get behind the stove and creatively compete. The winners will receive a certificate that will be displayed in the dining hall for bragging rights. But in the end, it all came down to an overpowering use of the special ingredient grapefruit that led to the Team 1K being chopped. The 2 remaining teams will compete in the final round tomorrow. Rachael Wilkerson, Troy, Trojan Vision News. Good evening, sports fans. We're starting this block off with a little Trojan football. The football team has already been to Mobile once, and they will be going back for the Dollar General Bowl in a few weeks. And you know that saying, everything happens in threes? Well, for one Trojan, that is very true. Senior Antonio Garcia will have the chance to go to Mobile for a 3rd time to compete in the Reese's Senior Bowl on January 28th. Side note, which happens to be my birthday. The Trojans are currently 1-2 after a 3-game series last weekend in Tennessee, and tonight's matchup will be against Southeastern Louisiana. The Lions hold a 6-1 series lead over Troy and defeated the Trojans in the last meeting between the 2 schools last year. The Troy football team has played 2 physical 4-hour games against some tough teams and weather conditions with almost 500 plays in 2 weeks. Well, both basketball teams handled business this weekend, and props to Antonio Garcia for being selected to play in the Senior Bowl. That's a huge accomplishment. Yes. The Troy football team welcomed the reigning Sun Belt Conference champions Arkansas State to Veterans Memorial Stadium on Saturday. And with both teams being undefeated, the Trojans had a lot at stake. But it was the Red Wolves who took the victory 35-3.
Thought they outcoached us, outplayed us. Thought they were mentally and physically tougher than us. We did not do a good job as a football program, as coaches included, of drowning out the noise. And I told you that on Monday. Can we drown out the noise? And tonight's the first time we have not answered the bell all season. And at the end of the day, we're 8-2, and we got 1 conference loss. And we've got to put it to bed and come back and regroup.
The Trojans' intensity level didn't match up to Arkansas State's, but players tell me this game doesn't make or break them, and it was a huge learning point for the season.
I mean, this game is over. It's behind me as of now. I'm pretty sure it's behind the rest of the guys as well. We probably start tomorrow focusing on Texas State.
The Trojans scored its only 3 points of the game on a 43-yard field goal kicked by Ryan Kay in the first quarter. Coach Brown says he was not pleased with how his team reacted in the second half, but they will prepare better for the next one and focus on finishing the season strong.
We're not going to handle adversity like we handle adversity in the second half. That's not what we're going to be about as a football program. That's not what our guys are going to represent.
And although the team was ranked in the top 25 before the loss, quarterback Brandon Silvers says,
this team knows what's at stake. We know we have to win. We know we're already bowl eligible. We're obviously not ranked no more, but we still have to win the last 2 games. It gets us a 10-2.
The last time Troy did not score a touchdown in a game was last year against Wisconsin. But on the other hand, the Trojans have a chance to dish out a win Thanksgiving weekend against Texas State. Rachael Wilkerson, Troy, Trojan Vision Sports. Last night, the Trojan Arena was filled with madness. Trojan madness, that is. Both basketball teams held the event to give fans a chance to have some fun with the players before the start of the season. And besides everyone's favorite free t-shirts and pizza, activities included
3-point shootout, dunk contest, we got half-court shooting from the fans, a lot of different things.
Doing a 3-point contest, it made me feel good because I had a lot of people screaming for me.
And not only did she win over the crowd, but
I beat all the boys.
With the season opener being around the corner, Trojan Madness fueled both teams for what is to come.
It's got me geared up, getting ready for next week for our first game. I think we got a new team, a lot of new players. We're going to win a lot of games, and hopefully we get some new faces out here in the stands to support us.
And that confidence continues for the women. The Lady Trojans were picked to win the Sun Belt Conference again this year, and Banks is sure her team will.
I'm looking forward to another winning season and winning the Sun Belt Conference Championship again, and then get to the NCAA again and get further.
The women's basketball team will tip off in Trojan Arena November 1st for its exhibition game. The men will head to AUM to play in theirs November 3rd. Rachael Wilkerson, Troy, Trojan Vision News. The Trojan volleyball team turned its season around with a win over South Alabama last night in Trojan Arena. Troy lost the first set against the Jaguars, but with help from a large crowd and motivation from teammates, the Trojans came back strong to win 3 matches in a row.
It's been a long time since we've had the joy of winning a match, and the team has put in the work. We've just had some unlucky breaks. I thought they really played well tonight. I thought they really started seeing the fruits of their labor. It was a total team win. They played hard every ball. And that's all we've asked them to do.
The Trojans broke their 16-game losing streak, and in what better way than against rival South Alabama.
It felt so good. That's our biggest rivalry, and it was so just great. The energy on the court was so big, and we just played really well and meshed as a team for the first time in a while, and it was the best feeling.
The win was also the first conference win for the Trojans, and Kirkpatrick is proud of the way his team performed.
We played really well. We passed really well in serve receive, and offensively we put balls away.
And the difference in this game was?
We didn't dwell on the mistakes. We made a mistake and we were on to the next play, and that's the mental toughness that we need to be able to get and keep on a roll.